It's been an historic couple of weeks for the House of Representatives. For the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker of the House was voted out, leaving a vacancy that's not lasted more than, or it's now lasted more than 2 weeks, as we've talked live with both Valley Congressman Costa and Valadao live this morning. Now, on this Wired Wednesday, we are checking in with GV Wire's senior reporter David Taub, who was on Capitol Hill in Washington last week. I saw some of your posts, and he's joining us now to share some of his observations. Did you get a sense that it was just a bit of chaos there?
Good morning, Kim. It certainly was. A quick story. When I arrived at the Capitol, I arranged an interview with Congressman Valadao, the Republican from Hanford. And I wanted to interview him in the Capitol, but his communication staff said, nah, you better go interview him in the office. And I quickly found out why. As soon as I got to the basement level of the Capitol, it was swarmed with reporters, just filling the basement corridors. And as soon as any member of Congress came out, they were just swarmed by cameras and reporters and recording devices. And I realized if I tried to talk to any Congress member in those hallways, I would have been swarmed too. So if I want to get my one-on-one with Valadao, I had to go across the street to his office. And I was able to talk to Valadao. I was able to talk to Congressman Tom McClintock, who represents parts of Fresno. I was able to talk to Congressman Costa last week. And at least at the time, they were all, wanting to support Steve Scalise. Actually, they all want to support Kevin McCarthy, the former House Speaker who represents parts of Clovis and Fresno. But, they were supporting Scalise at the time. 1 week later, things changed. They're all now supporting Jordan. And on the House floor yesterday, when they took the initial vote to try to fill the speaker vacancy, the entire Valley delegation, the Republican delegation, voted for Jim Jordan, including Kevin McCarthy. But there wasn't enough votes, and there may be another vote today. But this result still may be the same.
Did Valadao explain to you why he would vote for Jim Jordan if Valadao was one of only 10 Republicans to vote to impeach the president and to support the January 6th investigation, which Jim Jordan clearly did not support?
Well, at the time last week, he was supporting Scalise. I think he just wants to go with the party consensus. During the latest closed-door session, when the party decided to vote who their nomination for House Speaker would be, it was Jim Jordan who was the last man standing, so to speak. So at least the Valley Republican delegation decided to coalesce behind who the entire party was going to go and support. But we saw yesterday, not the entire party is supporting Jim Jordan, and the result still may be the same. There still may be more of a mess. And also, asked Jim Costa why he voted with the Democrats and 8 Republicans a couple of weeks ago to oust Kevin McCarthy. And Congressman Costa told me because McCarthy never reached out to him. McCarthy never reached out to the Problem Solver Caucus or Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries to ask for help. So that was Costa's reasoning why he supported to oust McCarthy.
Okay, and again, I just want our viewers to know if they missed it that we, Justin Willis, talked live with both Congressman Costa and Valadao this morning. We'll have those interviews posted on our website a little later this morning. I understand, though, that while you were I'm switching gears for a minute, while you were in Washington, D.C., you also sat in on a Supreme Court case. What was that like?
It's incredible. You can read about it at gvwire.com. And I think it's kind of a bucket list, not only for any journalist to go cover the Supreme Court, but it's open to the public. The lines were around the building a couple hours, but anybody in the public can go. And if you're ever in Washington, I recommend it. The case, Murray versus UBS Securities, maybe not the most headline-grabbing case, but it's obviously important enough for the Supreme Court to hear. And just to see those justices, the 9 justices emerge from the back, take their seats on the bench, full of their robes, and just the complete ornate setting of the Supreme Court. It's incredible, and it's something I definitely recommend. And you can read about it at gvwire.com.
I agree. Those chambers are magical to be in. David Taub from GV Wire, thank you very much for joining us today, and great day. We'll be right back.